Yeah, it's live. Wow, Killing's doing a shoutcast. He's doing the same game. Yeah, do you want to post about us doing this match and then the other one? I'll keep my eye on the game to see if it goes live. Maybe it's been 12 for a little bit now. You should integrate that with your program.
Thanks, dog.
And again, I guess it's easy enough to just check the ESCA results page to watch when it goes live.
Yeah. You should be able to hear me on stream now, hopefully. Defiance will tell me whether or not it works. Okay.
Yeah, I heard you. The game is still on warm-up on ESCA, so it's at least another 90 seconds.
All that my script grabs is like the kills, and that's really all you can get. Although you can kind of tell when it goes live, because we should have a period of maybe either nothing interesting happening or one person being the only subject for quite a while. Actually, I guess it's useless to us because it's only going to tell us like when it gets there in the source TP, so whatever.
Yeah, I am getting, output, but that's just warm up.
Yeah.
Oh, let me test my bind exec.
I tried doing it with like a modified queue thing, and it seemed to take you more exactly to players that were spreeing, but I think the one that I sent you is better. Like you just want to, wait until they're done their spree before you press enter. And if they're not doing anything, you can just, switch. It's just up to you to determine whether or not they would seem likely to do anything interesting.
Mission begins in 30 seconds.
Oh, they're picking sides.
Alright, and my bind works.
Okay, so, I can't comment anything about any of these players in these teams. I recognize some of their names, but I really have not watched any of the games, so I have no idea who is favored coming into this. And I think
I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna prep for Runaway 5 because that's an awesome Earthbound reference. So, just purely based on that, I'm gonna predict Runaway 5 2-1.
Okay. I'm gonna be boring and give the same prediction because, well, 2-1, since I don't know either of the teams, but I remember people with R5 like just destroying me in DM, so you know, maybe the fact that Garbage Plus isn't tagged up out of game and still destroys me in DM and I just don't know who they are. Could be a factor, but, you know, whatever.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Anyways, we have Runaway 5 with double Sniper and Spy right off the bat, which I guess that's interesting. Also, we have a Defending Spy, which is pretty interesting as well.
Well, there are legitimate uses for spies. Early on in the spawn, you can just quickly check what weapon the enemy team's medic is on.
Yeah,
See if there's a crits or not.
The Spy's actually cloak and daggered over at C, so he's just... Actually, I guess he's spawning C and he's just going to uncloak and try for the medic when they go through.
And I suppose these are just interesting variants on
What the heck? How did they know that guy was there? Interesting.
I was going to say this is an interesting variant on the suicide, you know. Instead of trying to force a pop, they're just looking to make Red's medic just completely drop the Uber.
Yeah. They didn't get anything though. Oh, it was a sniper that was on Cliff. I thought that was the attacking spy that was on Cliff. That's why they got him so easily.
And where's the defending spy right now?
He's hanging out at C. He's actually the exciting player right now. So I think he might get this stab off. Or he might kill something here. Maybe he's just going to go for the soldier? I don't know. But he uncloaks.
That was a pretty close uncloak.
Yeah, here he comes. Oh, he skips the soldier, goes for the medic, gets the drop. Very nice. And he's not going to live.
Runaway 5 should just go to suicide right now. Just go immediately, try to force the medic.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're doing. They do get the force.
So a little bit unfortunate on getting stabbed, but they made the smart play and immediately forced Garbage's medic, and that'll let them do an in-between push here. No Uber versus no Uber if they should choose. They also get 2 picks, so I would like to see them try to take B here before either team gets their Uber up.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know this, but Garbage Plus still has that spy, so their defense is a bit weaker than it could be. I'm not sure if they... I think the teleporter got taken down as well, so... Nice
so
spam
they are
onto
committing their medic. They're going all out for this.
Yeah, they got the gun. So this looks pretty good, and I mean, the medic coming from short is alright for him. He can back up easily, and they're actually just getting a huge amount of frags.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
So that's a... Wow, they killed everybody without losing anyone on that push.
Just really well done there. I suppose the 2 members from Garbage Plus that had spawned weren't there yet, and they managed to take advantage of their brief number superiority and just wipe Garbage Plus.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the demo from Garbage Plus wasn't there or not, because that would have been a big difference. But
and a very quick push with their Uber advantage drops the medic. So all they have to do is use their heals and clean this up, and this should be a very quick C-cap.
Yeah, a few frags coming out from Garbage Plus, but I mean, there's too much time on the point. Runaway 5, after having their medic drop to a spy at C, gets a 309 time, which is almost as if, you know, there was barely any defense at all. Like, just so smooth with that second push, so quick. They get a really nice time.
And again, this was because instead of sort of, when they lost their medic, instead of just backing up and sort of being confused and not knowing what to do, they all went in together and forced the enemy's Uber, as well as getting 2 picks during that Uber. And that just allowed them to push in between.
Yeah, so well done from them. We'll see if Garbage Plus can, you know, show an impressive attack to match their time, but R5 using both heavy and NG and sniper, so no second to soldier. I don't like the lack of mobility that ends up giving you, but it's strong if they just, you know, run into you again and again and don't manage to slow things down and just spam you out.
Right, and since the time is so short, perhaps Garbage Plus will figure out that they just need to control roof and not try to fight them directly by the time it's too late.
Yeah, that sniper actually came out and got a headshot on the heavy who was standing directly in front of the medic, so heavy actually body blocking for the medic on that sniper shot there. So, well, another nice play, intentional or not, from Runaway 5. We just have an A stack going on here, with the combo waiting back to the spawn, so it looks like they're going to move over and opt to push from connector. Or if this is C push, that'd be bad. No, it's going to be connector, okay. And Scarlet is in position watching watching the entrance here, so they're not going to get caught unaware by this. They also have their demo over watching C, so nice eyes on everything from Runaway 5. They see where the push is coming in right away.
Point is being contested.
Although the sentry goes down, Garbage Plus lost a few players, but they managed to
Runaway
kill the
5
sentry.
is attempting to control roof, but they lost the soldier fight up there.
Ooh, the heavy's still up though, but that's all that's still up from the looks of it. Just heavy medic, and that's not going to fly against a demo man. Medic's trying to piece out to C. Looks like he's safe, I guess.
So I didn't see quite exactly what happened on that push. Seems like Garbage forced their Uber with the heavy Uber in a position where it couldn't do too much damage. The heavy was on cliff, while he had really no targets to take out in the duration of that Uber.
Yeah, it's basically the mobility coming into play. Like, they can't chase out or do damage to other people with that Uber, but I mean, they still had such an impressive time, and they have Uber holding C here, so that could be what they need to make this happen. Indeed, Runaway 5 just triggered their Uber against the Garbage Plus Uber, which has been going on for quite a while. Now they have an Uber Heavy on Tower. That's a really good place for an Uber Heavy. I mean, Cliff, you can't chase, but Tower, they had to come to him. So we got a few frags, and now looks like there's no hope for Garbage Plus in this round. Although, with that quick B take, I mean, they have a good chance in this match, I'd say. It's just, this round is not theirs.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate time to be attacking into, but their B attack looks good, so hopefully we'll see them bounce back in the next round.
Yeah. It basically all comes down to Runaway 5 being able to chain C right off of their B, and Garbage Plus ended up running into an Uber on B. So credit to Loki for getting out of that B push as the last surviving member with 40%.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the difference between a full wipe and your medic staying up. It buys you at least one more push worth of time, and that's all they needed.
Yeah, so well played there. Now, that was first half, yeah? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, something that's sort of not expected out of an open match on Gravel Pit. You look for massively failed pushes, but both teams looking really good on attack.
Alright, so second half is starting. I'm just going to keep an eye on the Vector versus Syops game. It looks like it's in warm-up now, but we'll just cast this half at least before we switch over.
I totally forgot to use my my huge monitor.
Man, gotta get this stuff down. I forgot to reload my HUD, and I thought that the attack was using a sniper and a heavy, but no, it's just Runaway 5 on defense again. Actually, a different defense. They used NG heavy sniper last time, and now they're using a heavy sniper with a scout and no engineer. So coming closer to you know, well, they have more mobility, that's for sure. That's what I was going to say.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I like their choice of holding spots. When you're running that sniper, well, again, never mind. The sniper's watching C. Sorry, I take that back. Their combo doesn't need to be on cliff if the sniper's spotting C. What could happen is that Garbage Plus could do some sort of quick push out along, and they'd be caught completely unaware. So if you do have that C spotter, you may want to hold your combo on the shady side.
Well, they do have their scout kind of watching it, so it's okay, and they don't have a gun to spam down, so I can kind of understand what they're doing.
Yeah,
I think it was just
the
anti-suicide, basically.
Right.
Let's see where the Garbage Plus is going to come through C. Alex has a trap there already. Let's see if he can manage to get anything. Doesn't look like much. Guess he missed the debt. Or they cleared it.
They found the trap, yeah.
Alright.
So good job by Garbage Plus.
Now they managed to force out the Uber here. So both Ubers pop, but there's no gun to kill, and the first couple frags going down on the members from Garbage Plus.
Garbage Plus would have had some nice position on Cliff after that Uber was over. However, several of their other members tried to sort of get in on the fight before the Ubers were over, and they died to a sticky trap.
Yeah. But now Garbage Plus is just going to take C and put them in position to spawn camp a little bit while they're waiting for either their Uber to come back or their spawns to regroup with them. Looks like they're waiting for Uber, just spawn camping with the demo while their scout and soldier play out of spawn. I wouldn't be surprised to see that other soldier go heavy and do the modified MMM if they're up for that. But looks like he's staying on soldier for now. Managed to take out a spy, so that's one thing at least.
And for some reason, Runaway 5 has decided to give up on those doors, and they just allowed Garbage Plus to take all the position that they wanted.
Yeah, and now actually a really bad Uber for Runaway 5 here, because they bled a player. They get that frag on the roof, so they have numbers right now, but one of these is a spawn, and oh, never mind. Scarlet able to do enough work to make up for their kind of questionable decision to pull away. I mean, they didn't get anything done on that Uber whatsoever, but they just got a better follow-up from it.
Yeah, both Ubers looked kind of strange to me. I didn't see what forced the attacking team Uber over by Cliff.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But, okay, they're going to do a transition push here. And we'll see what they can get done with that. Loki's getting really close to a full charge, but maybe they can make something happen.
I don't like that they committed their medic when they were clearly behind on Uber.
I think he can still get out though. If he runs now, I mean, he should know that it's going south. And they get the force out, so if Skux gets out, which he doesn't, unfortunately, making that just a bigger waste of time. But yeah, if I was that medic, I would have called to turn that into a suicide right when they lost that first soldier. Because, I mean, their probability of succeeding at that point was pretty low, and, you know, a suicide doesn't cost you anything, but losing your medic costs you a lot.
Right, this just sets them back by another 30 seconds.
So, Regurgitate gonna try sniping here. We'll see if he can manage to find anything. But, has a shot in the demo, but he misses. And yeah, now Skux is just going to build and spawn, so Suicide should come here quickly. I mean, I feel like they've delayed too long and they're just kind of spamming. Because now, I mean, this guy's dead, but he's going to still be dead right when they get the Uber.
He can still trail. He can still trail this push. It's okay for them to push right now. But the problem is, with only one soldier, they have nobody to lead this push right now.
Yeah. And I mean, they have no advantage whatsoever going in. I think a full suicide there while they were still building would have been better, because then they would have had more of a chance. Like, even one pick would make this so much easier. And since they have a sniper, they they really need a pick before they can commit. Otherwise, things might go pretty poorly for them. And
yeah, and I'm really not a fan of that sniper with the Uber push. Basically what you're saying is that you're going to be able to go in and, you know, have an even Uber despite being down a person, and then you're counting on your sniper to be able to get a pick after the Ubers are over before the defending team can use their more fragging class advantage to clean you up.
Yeah, and in fact, they lost 2 people dropping right out along there, so they were doomed from the start. And then, yeah, just R5, you know, not going to lose a 6v4, and effectively a 6v3 considering there's still a sniper there. Although sniper might have been one of the guys who died out along, I don't know. But Regurgitate can keep sniping.
Right, even if everything went the way they wanted to, you know, say the Ubers get exchanged in a favorable way for Garbage Plus, and nobody dies, there's still such a small window of opportunity. The sniper gets one shot, basically, to kill somebody before Runway 5 gets on them and takes advantage of the fact that they're running more traditional fragging classes.
Yeah, this time though he managed to get a headshot on the demo man, and at a really great time I might add, because here's Garbage Plus just getting their Uber now, so pushing in against no demo, they're going to be really confident to come in here. And yeah, they don't even pop through the door, and Loki drops it to the huge spam coming in from the heavy demo soldier at Cliff, so that is going to be a cap for Garbage Plus. Or it should be. Yeah, they're totally going to win this fight. There's only one up from Runaway 5, and he's way back at C. Actually, a scout already fighting him at C. Wow.
This may allow Runaway 5 to get back in on this if they want to.
I don't think they can quite do it because I can't pronounce the demo man's name, but demo man's still up from Garbage Plus. He's actually capping rather than being on Cliff, so maybe they could have come back in, but the cap was pretty far along by the time that scout even died, so it's okay. So Garbage Plus, actually, not at a new, yeah, because their medic went down before they got that cap. There's Regurgitate opening up with another pick onto the sniper from Runaway 5, but I mean, no Uber's in play yet. They might want that Uber before they clear the doors, but I don't know. Just waiting for them to make their move here.
Well, my huge status monitor is on the sniper still, so let's see if that was all he gets or if there's another pick coming.
Yeah. Just watching an angle, I mean, nobody's giving him a shot at them. They're not even really spamming him, but he doesn't have a line on anything, so I guess
that was a bit. I wonder why they didn't push. You know, they did get that pick, and they did have to Uber up.
Ouch. Seriously gets picked off by the opposing sniper. I wonder if they're...
Yeah, if they don't want to push, just suicide right now. There's no cost.
Yeah. I mean, if they die like in the same interval or close to the death of Regurgitate, they could just go. But Regurgitate coming back as a soldier with gunboats, so I think they're just going to commit to a push here, and I don't know if that's the best. I mean, it's really hard to push in against a heavy on point, and their pocket gets sniped as well, so just time getting taken away from them by Everdread here.
Yeah, I feel like you should just go. Just go. If you don't win, then, you know, you can switch to crits. You can, what can you do? What can you do? What would you do if you were in their position?
Well, yeah, like I'd switch to crits on the medic, because then you can just keep going whenever you want and keep forcing their Uber and eventually get an advantage. And you can also get an attacking Angie, which is pretty solid. But here's the push coming in. The heavy drops down on point. I'm not sure I like that, but I think he's going to kill... Yeah, he kills the medic. I wouldn't care too much about that if I was Garbage Plus. I mean, they need to switch to crits or something, because they... I mean, you need something to open this push. So, NG crits might be good here, but they're going to stay on Medigun, looks like, and the only thing they really have going for them is they have a demo pick, and they opt to pick a sniper again, so what they really need to do is, like, get a couple kills so they open the door, and one way to do that is just suiciding in, rather than waiting so long like they did on their last push. Especially now, since they don't have Uber, they should just bomb a few people and see what they can get. Their spawns are a lot faster, so it's to their advantage to trade like 3 people for 2 or 3 people for 1. And Vector versus Syops apparently just went live, but let's finish this round, and then we'll switch over.
Alright, well, they got their pick. They just need to go right now. They're really just wasting time.
Yeah. Regurgitate gets sniped back down. Actually, Skux did switch to crits there, so...
Oh, okay. So they were waiting for that.
and hits the heavy. Loki doesn't have Uber yet. The heavy gets knocked way down on life and dies to cratering. So good job from Garbage Plus taking the crits in just on the slight advantage they had from trading that Uber out for their team on the previous push. So despite it being really late, they get a push and repush going, and they might manage to get this cap actually. Nobody from Runaway 5 can get up there, but that's a really rough time against what Runaway 5 managed with like a 3-minute cap in the first half.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
Yeah, and while we're setting up for Runaway 5's attack, there are some things I want to talk about on the B push, where Garbage Plus was really not very patient with their pushes. They did get a couple picks, and their push started to look very good, but then they were trying to clean it up too quickly and ended up all dying to that heavy that was just positioned that rock. And what you need to realize when you're pushing B is that if you're trading picks, that's good for you as long as you can be patient, because your spawns are both faster and can rejoin the fight more quickly.
Yeah. So do you want to watch this defense, or do you want to switch to the other game? What do you think?
We can probably switch. Runaway 5 looks really good, and this was a very long time.
Alright, gonna switch over then.
I need to set up the hugeness monitor.
Alright, so now switching over servers to Vector versus syops, which I think we're either catching just as the first half comes live. Yeah, we're still in the first setup, so... Or wait. Is this the... Yeah,
I don't see a time.
This is totally the first setup.
Yeah. Perfect timing.
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Need a teleporter here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so we have Sniper from Vector watching A. I wonder if he's going to get anything. Looks like he's got a bit of pressure on him from scouts, so yeah, he's just getting out of there. One scout actually chasing him over to C, not going to get a kill. So nothing interesting happening yet. One soldier already over at C. Where's the medic? Over at short. Okay, so it's a delayed suicide, and actually Ninja Nick milking it way too hard against people jumping from all directions and just dies. So that's not good. Off the top, just dropping the first Uber of the match. That's never a good feeling.
Yeah, I feel like the sniper should have stayed on C, and then he could have, he could have told them that soldier was there.
Well, he saw it, man. He was still there.
Did you see the soldier, I think?
Yeah, he saw the soldier. I was still watching him. He saw the soldier. So.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened.
I think maybe I think they perhaps reacted to the soldier and didn't deal with the fact that there was a double bomb coming in from short. But I mean, the demo jumping, the sound should have given it away. But anyways, now Vector kind of reeling, and they get a few frags.
They still do get 2 picks during the Uber.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, the medic for Psyops goes down, but Psyops can practically just stream it at this point. I mean, their spawns are going to be coming in pretty quickly, and if they manage to get on Ninja Nick quick enough, they can just turn this into another push. But looks like the defense from Vector may be a bit too good, just barely keeping Ninja Nick alive there.
Yeah, a slight mistiming. They didn't quite get on Ninja Nick together.
Yeah.
One person went, then the other person went, and that allowed Vector to focus them down quickly.
Yeah, so nice recovery from Vector there. And I guess the fault just lies on, they lost a few people during their Ubers. So they had to switch from, a committed push to a suicide to lead their next push, and they couldn't quite do it all that smoothly. RB now sniping. gets a headshot onto Mile High Militia, who's now at 2 health on the roof. That's a sucky position. He uses the light to get down, so it's A-okay.
Again, I feel like I'm not seeing
Well, they didn't
any patience on these B pushes.
Yeah, well, also they didn't suicide. They had plenty of time for one. I mean, their medic had just died, and, you know, they just now got the Uber, so... RB opens it up with a kill onto Mile High, so that should trigger the push out of Syops here.
I would like to see him switch off Sniper for this. He served his purpose by getting that pick, but, you know, he should be a little bit more useful in the push if he switches back to Scout. Or even Heavy, just to meet up with the medic.
He actually does go back to Scout. Seems like it was a little late, but he's on the Scout now, and Syops actually looking pretty good on this push. So I guess that kill on Mile High opened it up enough. Unfortunately, I didn't see exactly what went down during the Uber that made Syops win so convincingly, but now they have Dougie G already. No, not Dougie G, that's the other demo. Mousy sticking them off at C's. This is going to be a B cap, and a really big Uber advantage for Syops to lead them into C here. So we'll see if Vector can pull out another lucky defense, or if this is going to be a relatively fast round for Syops.
And here comes the Uber very quickly, out of 2. However, they have not taken out that gun, but it's not in a position that should really hamper their cap as long as they're aware of where it is.
Yeah, they have a few sticks on point, but Schwann's up there. Meanwhile, Notice manages to jump in, get a couple kills on the Vector. And now it's Mousy jumping to point. I don't know if they have health to deal with it, but he actually drops off. That's a little strange. Now he's walking up to the medic, but he dies. Now Schwann up there versus the medic, and managed to get the kill. I really don't know why the demo jumped off the point there, but looks like they might just be able to stream in from main and make this cap happen. Vector gonna have to scramble to get up there in time. Barely managing to hold on so far. RB's up there though. A couple of shots on the medic knocks him off, but Mile High and nervous Ned, who is Schnell, I guess, managed to get the defense.
Yeah, that push really stalled out when Syops lost several members to that gun, when there was really no need to ever be in firing range of that gun. You can still easily cap C by using the opposite side of the point.
Yeah, and one issue they have is their medic committed when he could have been healing spawns through. So I mean, I thought they would get it. He thought they would get it, but they didn't, and he went down. And they're actually staying on a regular Uber here, opting to run a sniper again. RB managed to open up their B push, so let's see if he can pull the same off here. Although waiting for a sniper pick, you know, not always the best scenario when you're in a stopwatch environment.
Right, you can sort of serve a similar purpose with the crits. You can both force their Uber, and then you can threaten a pick on other targets that aren't in range of the medic.
Yeah, okay, so they get a couple kills, and now the Uber coming in. The Uber's also popped from Vector. A few people down for Vector, but Trickster's gun picking up both the scouts and Trisk. So where the heck is that gun? That's like on the ground?
Cheer,
oh yeah, I found
it. Is that
it.
the medic's name? Let's see if they try to cut him off.
He managed.
And I guess they weren't. Yeah, they weren't quite aware of his position. I think they could have cut him off going into main.
Yeah.
Perhaps staying a little bit too long, but nothing bad coming out of it.
Yeah, that gun again, really, like, Trickster just had it placed right in that bottom corner there. Syops didn't locate it, and as a result, they like dropped 3 people to the gun. So they need to find that before they push. I wonder if is it still in the same spot, or did he move it? Fly over. He moved it just to the other corner, so they should still have an idea of where it is, and I would be surprised to see them go lower to spam it down. But yeah, just buffing RB again, trying to give him another shot. So that seems to be their plan, is let RB open the push and then try to make something happen off of that. But it's a lot slower than just using a crits or using suicides to accomplish the same thing. Trisk does take out the gun this time, so that's going to be helpful for them. I think that is enough to trigger their Uber in. Although a lot of damage going up onto Trisk and Notice before this push, and Mousy going down to 5 life, kind of thinking he had the Uber with him, but he didn't. So push gets stalled out by all the damage.
One thing the sniper did was that it forced Vector to not want to play on the doors, and it let the soldier come out of main and take out the gun without having any pressure on him. But then for some reason they waited way too long to push, and really lost their advantage.
Yeah, well, they get a lot of point presence up here now. Here's Cheris coming up with needle kill onto Nervous Ned, but now Mosi on point. Oh, he almost capped it, but he knocked himself off and fell into the gun. And now RB, he's not going to be able to do anything. He gets a couple shots from main, but he can't get up there. So Mosi actually almost had that cap, but then his own sticky propelled him off of point and into yet another reset for syops. And now they went crits, so that's good at least.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done that the first time their medic committed too far. You know, on the very first push, you can just sort of say, I'm going to commit 100%, and then, you know, if I don't die, we win, that's great. But if I do die, that guarantees me the chance to switch to crits. And instead, they're only going on crits 2 pushes later.
Yeah. But now this time, syops managed to pick up 2 basically gifted entry frags and just jumps in on top of it and takes the point. So whatever about the Ubers, in the end it didn't matter. It was just an in-between push that got a lot of easy kills right at the start that let them take it. But that is an awful time, I have to say. So syops is going to need a really strong defense if they're going to make something happen here. And actually, interestingly, opting for 2 scouts, no sniper, no heavy, no NG, so just a cookie cutter defense. So maybe showing confidence in their DM, or just trying to throw Vector off by like tempting them to Uber in onto where Sentry might be, and then not getting anything because there's nothing there.
Yeah, and one important thing you can easily do to make your B pushes much more smooth is bring somebody into B right off the start. You know, you don't have to do a coordinated suicide, but perhaps just your roamer to go suicide into B. That both gives you a very slim chance of forcing the enemy Uber, but more importantly, it lets you locate the gun, if there is one, and its position, so that you don't sort of waste that Uber coming out of C, say, blindly, without knowing if there's a gun.
Looks like Vector's gonna do a delayed suicide, waiting for Mile High to get over to C before they go in. So he's in position now. So I guess the bomb's gonna come, but a sticky trap eats the rest of the suicide. So now it's just Mile High, but gets the force anyways. So kudos to him. I don't think Cheris really needed to pop there, but you know, better safe than sorry. Maybe we'll see if Vector manages to take this in time to capitalize on their advantage.
Perhaps, and sort of one of my pet peeves of most pocket soldiers is that they just sort of go for air shots instead of making what would be the safe play and pulling out that shotgun, getting guaranteed damage on the jumper, and making it much harder for him to get in range to deal that damage he needs to force.
Yeah. Also, as Defiance pointed out, they have 2 scouts and no one is actually watching C. And no one was watching C again, so a scout gets a ton of damage onto Cheris, ends up going down. I mean, Mousy managed to give them a decent chance at this defense by killing Dougie G with the sticky trap right away, but, you know, the Uber and the fact that a scout got in on their medic for free off of C is too much, and Vector cleans everybody up.
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, and I like that Vector was being patient there with that push. They backed up to go heal their spawns in on this B push, but syops decides they're having none of that, and they went aggressively into Ninja Nick. So that should just buy them. I need to use my words here. They now do not have to face a huge Uber advantage that they would have had to face.
Yeah, well, thing is here now, Ninja Nick on crits, and enough ahead of Cheris that they're going to be able to crits in against no Uber here, so maybe syops relying on RB again to make the defense happen. They got Trisk up on tower, along with the soldier, so if they don't figure out that here's a bomb coming in already, Mile High getting ripped out of the air by RB, so this is just a distraction for the crit streak to come in. Now Dougie G on the crits, takes out Trisk, needs to find maybe one more frag to secure this push, but RB getting 3 kills onto various members of Vector, so I was kind of, scoffing at them for relying on a sniper so much, but apparently their faith is not misplaced.
And that was really just about the only thing that was going to save them from that push. And props to RB for
going huge,
giving them the chance to win this round. This is still a very long time to defend C.
Yeah, and Vector's not messing around. They have an NG, they have the teleporter building already. They're just waiting for this next crits. I wouldn't mind seeing them, spamming a bit while they wait for the crits, but I guess given what just happened to them with a sniper killing everyone, that's not the safest idea. Syops might want to go into them with this Uber here, because they know it's on crits, so they know they can, Oh my god. Okay, that crit rocket hit the medic, but only for 135. It was the edge splash. Manages to pop after that. But, I mean, all that Vector lost was Shron, and now they have a crits advantage. They have a bunch of damage onto the medic, which I guess they're not going to capitalize on, but they have a crits advantage, they have a teleporter. Actually, I would like to see them just go. I mean, like, they have a teleporter. They can lose, like, all their heavies twice before they get this next crits and, still be right there with crit heals. So, kind of not using this as well as they could, I think, but I mean, they're just playing the critses, that's okay, but, the teleporter lets you go a lot faster than this.
Yeah, especially since they knew that they got quite a bit of damage on that crits, since it did actually hit.
Yeah, here's the crits coming in, and Syops kind of caught not watching, gets crit from behind, but Dougie G goes down pretty quickly, and now the medic from Vector, left alone, kind of just running in, because he gets caught off by a soldier. Shron jumps up. Both medics end up going down, and now Nonus with the heavy defense up on tower. But like a lot of people down both sides, this is really good for Vector because now they can just jump the tower again and again, and the teleporter and their better spawns is just going to let them, do whatever they want. I mean, here we have Schwan teleporting in. He's got 300 health. That's like twice as much as the entire Syops team right now. So he's probably just going to jump the tower, and this should be pretty quickly over in favor of Vector with these spawns coming in.
Yeah, so good use of the engineer. Perhaps they could use it a little bit better, not needing to really wait for that crits to be up. But what the engineer does, it basically guarantees you a cap within 2 or 3 pushes. Anytime you can get even 1 kill is enough for you to start streaming in.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's practically valid to stream even without an NG, because your spawn is, I think, it's like 4 seconds versus 10 or something from defense, but the teleporter just makes it so much easier, because your heavies do take quite a while to walk from A to C, and if they jump, then they don't have the crit buff, so it's, like, way less health when they come in.
Right, and it also does afford your medic a little bit of protection. He can sort of feel comfortable hanging out around C main.
Yeah, like if you have a level 3 gun there, then even if they Uber in, I mean, it takes them some time to kill the guns. Your medic has a reasonable chance of survival, even if he has, only like 1 heavy with him against an Uber. You have the gun as well that slows the defensive, aggressive Uber way down, if what I'm saying makes any sense.
Yeah. If the gun wasn't there, the defending team could sort of bring a scout around
Mission begins in 60
connector and try to get on that medic while people are off streaming.
Yeah. Basically, the teleporter is the main thing, but the gun is just icing on the cake.
Yeah, and they definitely, you don't really lose too much build speed if you stream, you can even just leave one scout behind
Begins in 30
to keep
seconds.
building, and then once your front line dies and is respawning, then the scout can go in, and the teleporters can then meet up with the medic.
Yeah. You practically don't even need to assign somebody to stay with the medic. I mean, everybody bombs, and then the medic sits like between main and the teleporter and just waits. Somebody will be there pretty darn soon.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, so Vector with no NG defense. What? Okay, never mind. They're not defending. Syops is defending, but they also don't have an NG. I didn't reload my HUD. Oops. And Syops spotting C with a scout this time, so realizing wait, okay, they spotted it last time and it still didn't work. So they see Mile High at C. What's their medic gonna do? He's gonna hide closer to short. Now here comes the bomb. They know Mile High's at C, but he uses the wrong door. Soldier gets onto Cheris, but he manages to back out okay, and they actually defend the suicide this time. Wait, am I going crazy? Did the suicide work on Vector? Yeah, it did. I'm going crazy. So, Syops showing that they can handle the suicide a bit better. So, off to a decent start, but I mean, that doesn't really cost Vector anything because they just capped A. Now they got all their heavy
No,
spot.
suicide did work on Syops. It was Mile High who managed to force
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Cheers.
Okay, so,
Cherise.
however you pronounce it, red medic underscore.
Yes. But Syops did a good job there, not focusing everybody on the one soldier that was called out at C.
Yeah, so now we have the push coming from Vector to long. One pocket goes down for Syops, but a little bit of an earlier pop for Vector. Let's see if it's good enough. Trisk getting some good damage and chasing down onto Dougie G, gets the kill, and now he just picks up the medic as he's getting bounced back by the scouts. So nice job from him. And a soldier, now he's going to crater, so nice quick life from him. But meanwhile, the scouts from Vector going to town on the rest of Syops, so despite Trisk's best efforts, his team kind of dying around him. Maybe due to the fact that their pocket dropped at the start of the Uber. I mean, I said, you know, Vector has a bit of an earlier pop, but if the pocket's dead, then who cares how early the pop was?
Yeah, if you drop a person on defense right away, you're pretty much screwed because unless your counter Uber cleans up their entire team, they can just kite you and wait for their spawns, and that's pretty much over at that point. You're already at a man disadvantage from the beginning, and then whatever kills happen, whatever kill trades happen is only in the advantage of the attacking team.
And now we have Syops. They have an Uber disadvantage. They're turtling up on C with Pyro and Heavy, and looks like pretty much everybody is on the tower in a ball. So it's a good thing that Vector had no time to switch to crits for them. But here comes the Uber in from Vector, jumping towards the tower, and first frag actually goes down onto Nervous Ned. A few people from Vector dying, so this push looks like it's going to fail. Ninja dies, but I mean, who cares? He's just going to switch to crits, and then they're going to, you know, push with an NG. So an attempted push, like, not really meant to succeed necessarily. I mean, it could have succeeded, and that's what they were trying for, but the main point is they probably just wanted to switch to crits, which they didn't do, but they got an NG, so whatever. I guess they just wanted the NG.
Yeah, they did have quite the Uber advantage. So, you know, they're quite sad that the push didn't work, but
yeah. Although I mean that's why I like crits so much on this point, is because even with an Uber advantage, a heavy on point is so difficult to deal with that you know, you sometimes can't get anything done. And they didn't have an NG up to stream yet, so backstab onto the demo, that's gonna open things up for.
Yeah, they should start streaming right now.
Yeah.
They can just go.
Looks like they're actually gonna they just turned this into a suicide actually, so they get the force out, and Schwann staying back with Ninja to defend means that now they have a full Uber advantage again. But I mean, they just failed this push. The one thing that they have working in their advantage this time is they have a teleporter, so they can stream after their initial Uber, and that's gonna be what the name of the game is for this push.
Yeah, the problem is an Uber versus a heavy on the tower. I mean, you're not really going to get anything out of it, except you're not taking damage while you're unable to jump up.
Yeah, although Mile High managed to pick up a medic kill off the side somehow, so looks pretty good for Vector. All they need to do is play their health, get the demo to do some damage to that heavy before they run into his face and die, or Chanel can just run up and kill him. So now only the demo and spawns up for Psyops. There's a gun somewhere, but looks like they can just manage to avoid that, and Dougie G takes out the demo. So that looks like that's it for that round. 5-minute time is not, killer. Like, you can definitely cap against that, but let's keep in mind that their first was like 10 minutes or something, so Psyop's going to need to show a strong attack to keep this going and put it into overtime.
So finally we had Engineer on defense, and good job by these teams mixing up what they're doing on defense.
Yeah, I don't think I was enough of a student of gpit last season to see if this happened, but I mean, I want to say that this is the first season we've seen such varied defenses. Normally, in past seasons, there's always been an engineer, and then it's scout or sniper from there, but this season we've been seeing more heavy, we've been seeing zero engineer defenses, so kind of interesting that gpit's still changing. I mean, the standard suicide stuff and all the sentry placements are old hat, but things still changing on gpit, which is not surprising considering people play it for a week every season and then try to forget about it. So just have a B stack or A stack from Psyops coming out. Nonus pressures the sniper out to C and then backs up. That's Chanel just sniping, kind of just spotting. There is a soldier. Is this going to be a suicide? Do they have people in position? Kinda, not really. Oh wait, I'm dumb. They were suiciding and they got the force. La 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 la.
Yeah, I feel like that's not the best medic position to.
Well, the gun doesn't do anything.
If you don't have
for him.
somebody continuing to watch short, they reacted to that call, but then nobody continued to watch short, and
yeah,
the medic was in such a close position to short.
Also, the gun does nothing. Like, it's too far to shoot. If you're gonna stand there, then put it on the small health where Trickster just carried to.
Right, because your gun's probably not going to die if you put it on the small hill.
And I lied. Trickster carried it to the front round,
jumpers.
just in time to totally shut down Blueberry Villain coming out along. So they commit anyways. I hate when you do this. You drop somebody on attack and then you commit anyways. There's nothing stopping you from just backing up. I mean, sure they had Uber advantage, but that's not worth losing your pocket. Like, it's an amazing Uber if you manage to Uber and kill the enemy pocket. So yeah, Psyop's kind of throwing away that push there. Their medic does manage to get out, but can he meet with anybody is the question. Looks like it's taking quite a while. No, he's with somebody now, somewhere. Where is he? Yeah,
I feel like Victor had good patience there. They didn't feel the need to try to clean up Psyops. They said, okay, we had an Uber exchange. They didn't get anything out of it. That's good enough for us. We're just going to take the time and not try to force the issue by trying to pick off Psyops' medic and possibly lose B if it doesn't go well.
Yeah. RB did manage to take out Trickster though, so wherever the gun is right now is where it's going to stay. Let me just take a look at B real quick so I can find it. Is it up?
Yeah, the gun is on the back ramp.
Oh, well it's level 1, that's useless, so Psyops should just be able to go in here. Now they pop through on Trisk. He gets blasted to rock in a hilarious fashion, eating the sticky trap, but Blueberry Villain dying again. He is the pocket, right? I'm not crazy.
I'm not quite sure.
Might be quitting after tonight after he got dropped I
feel like
there
was no reason for them to pop on that door. They clearly saw the sticky trap. I'm assuming that their soldier had a shotgun and could have shot the stickies. And there was absolutely nothing. The enemy combo was way far away, and they would be shooting uphill at the blue combo.
Yeah, although really nice flank move from the blue demo coming out at the end of that push. Lets them take that point. Mile High making a valiant effort by taking the teleport onto point while it was capped. He gets a scout, but Slap's going to push ahead to try to sticky off spawn at C. So they're trying for a quick C cap, but that never that usually doesn't go too well, and they lose their demo
No,
right away.
it doesn't. It looks like such a great idea, and then one person's like hiding somewhere, and he gets an entry frag, and then the spawns come.
Yeah, they have the Uber popped. They were on point for a bit there. Actually, this is looking better than most of these tend to look, because Dougie G goes down, and it's a big numbers advantage for syops. So this might have been the move that they needed. They managed to climb the tower with their combo without popping the Uber until they were up top, and that gave them the damage, despite the fact that they lost their demo from a hiding scout at C. The fact that their combo got so far up and they had such a dramatic Uber advantage there worked massively in their favor, and they got that cap right after they got B. So well done by syops there. Although definitely a risky play to commit to C before when your B cap is still so young. Because if you have, like, 15 seconds on defense, if you can kill enough people at C that you can just start running people over to B and stop it, and the attack lost too many people at C, then you're, like, reset back to B, and you're like, oh noes, my round, oh noes.
Yeah, and perhaps that was the smarter play. Instead of trying to camp the doors, you can just climb up C tower, especially if you know their medic hasn't spawned yet. And it's very difficult for the spawning team to get up on tower without losing a lot of health if they don't have their medic.
Yeah. It's actually a lot harder to jump the tower from spawn than it is for the attack, because, I mean, you have that low ground. I know you can make the rocket jump, but you are kind of limited to landing in only one location, so it's not really the best idea. You have to, like, jump up to the side and then jump the tower, and, that's more of a problem. If it takes a couple jumps, it takes more time. So, yeah, well played by syops there. Now, wait, is this live in overtime, or is this like the thingy? Like, meaningless?
This is it. Yeah, but I just want to quickly say, when you climb the tower like that, you force the defending team to have to force your Uber while up on the tower. Whereas if you try to camp the door, you're saying, okay, I know you're going to force my Uber. I'm just hoping to get enough frags with it to allow an easy cap afterwards. And it's always nice to put the pressure on the enemy team instead of on yourself to make something happen.
Yeah, plus if you fight them down on the ground, then it's, whatchamacallit, thingamabob. It's close to their spawn. They can just use the spawn. Okay, I was just setting my camera on it for a bit, but Ninja Nick and Schwan actually holding in the C door. I don't like that too much because nobody else has buffs, but syops opts to push from C, and that actually works out really bad because Ninja Nick takes a bunch of damage as he tries to get out and gets forced pretty early, but the gun absolutely juggling the crap out of Blueberry Villain, and they just barely kill it now with the end of their demo maneuver. Tons of damage on both teams, but syops needs to just find a couple kills and then stream their spawns, but I don't think they're going to manage to do it. Schwan moving in aggressive on the combo here. Not quite on par with his rockets, though, so he has to back up. And meanwhile, Chanel taking out Nonus, so kind of a reset. And
yeah, perhaps that gun position was unexpected because the demo man wasn't leading the Uber out, whereas that soldier really couldn't do much to that gun.
As you say again, an unexpected gun position. Wonder what we could do about that. Although, they did try to suicide Trisk at the start of the round and he had a sticky trap, so I can't criticize too much. Now syops switching over for a push from short, now leading the demos. It looks like they're just going to look for the gun here. Let me just get on the demo man's camera. And the gun is now below the cliff. They popped for the gun. I think they could have spammed that out given that Vector really wasn't anywhere near them, but now Vector pops. Now, syops just needs to look to scatter. Well, Vector needs to, just push them back with a few frags.
Yeah, I don't like that they're moving their medic closer into the fight instead of sort of saying, okay, we're going to make sure we get our medic out, and, since we already lost a person, we can just turn this into a suicide.
Yeah, but they like, wrapped around to a rock, and Schwan just followed them along on roof and put out consistent damage until the syops combo was dead, so I'm not sure. I think they should have just, forced that charge and then, got to cliff and backed out there. And I think also they shouldn't have popped the gun. They should have just spammed it. I mean, it was really easy to spam. The NG wasn't on it. and the combo was nowhere near them, so they didn't need to Uber there. They could.
And now committing their medic again, while the enemy medic is so close to Uber. Let's see if they manage to kill Nick in time.
No, not
no,
quite.
They can't.
They were close, but they can't, and the medic dies again. That's the problem with pushes from long. If you do that from short, it's not nearly as bad because you can get out through connector really consistently, but when you're at long, you have a really far distance to run, and in fact, he didn't manage to run at all. He died on, like, the ramp. So, you know, I don't know. They're like feeling too pressured. They need to just make a push that ensures that they get this point rather than making a push that might get this point fast, if you know what I'm saying.
And this is sort of the advantage of being the first defending team, is you know, sometimes the attacking team feels a lot of pressure to put up a good time, whereas if the other team sets the time first, you know exactly which pace you need to be going at.
Yeah, so we had a suicide there, which killed the gun, nothing else. I think the dispenser is still up, so that gun will be up pretty quick again. And now RB going back to sniper. I don't think he had been sniping as much, so maybe they're opting back to this to try to open things up, but Vector should be pretty wary of any action like this. And now syops moving forward with their combos, not waiting for a sniper pick. I'd like to just see them take the demo Uber into backside to force and get the gun.
Well, that gun surely was called out by that scout and long, yet they aren't quite going into the gun, and because it took them so long to do anything with their Uber, they lost their soldiers on roof.
Yeah, Trisk was trying to edge the gun, and he just took consistent damage until Mile High and Schwan were able to get up there and do the cleanup. But Ninja Nick actually goes down again to Mousy, coming in late on the push with a nice flank to do a lot of damage, so that frag...
But again, once more, Charisse is in a position where he can't get out after that Uber. They had even numbers, and they could have taken it with. They could have taken this point with their spawns, having a medic to heal them in.
Right, but now they can't stream because all they have is, you know, unbuffed people jumping. So just a really critical. I mean, I think one thing that you have to say is having your medic committing to the push does give you a slightly better chance of winning outright right there, but having the medic stay back gives you a massively better chance of being able to win by streaming, or if you fail outright, you know, at least you can push a bit quicker. But RB manages to pick up a frag onto Mile High with sniping there, so maybe they can do another jump here, or maybe they can drop Cherries out long. I wonder if this is going to work out for them this time, where, I mean, Uber's a bit further back for Vector, and they're using the sniper pretty well, but I don't know, a little nervous for the chances of this push, especially as Ninja Nick gets closer to Uber, and this Cherries is on point, so that's not exactly the safest place.
I feel like they should have played with that sniper more. They could have just edged point from the rock side. Instead, they pushed up a little bit too much out of the protection of their sniper and lost a couple people before Vector even used their Uber.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, the problem in the first place is, like, the medic is dropped out of long while he doesn't have Uber, and Vector does. It's like, what are they going to do? They're going to Uber and jump on you, and you're going to die. Like, they need to slow this down. They need to get their Ubers. Like, if they want to do some play from long, then leave the medic in long, let him buff people, and then, you know, do a suicide play. Let the sniper take a couple shots and maybe jump out on whoever jumps him, something like that. But if your medic keeps dying, you're never going to get a good push here. Like, if they had managed to, you know, keep Cherries up on that last push, they got the pop, they got a lot of kills, and that could have been what they need to do. Now Cherries actually staying in long, takes a bunch of damage, and now he can just back up safely, keeping his Uber. syops doesn't manage to get, you know, really any frags with this, so fortunately for them, they won't be able to stream off this, but I mean, at least they have an Uber this time.
Yeah, and it really didn't cost them anything because
well, other
the
than
medic was building the whole time.
They're quickly slipping away time, but yeah, I
right,
guess.
But not it doesn't cost them anything compared to if their medic had committed and then they had lost everybody.
True. Now we have Trisk on heavy, so are they at C? Is this an MMM push? Yes, it is.
They did have Trisk on heavy for that last push, semi-push out of long.
Right. which is more of like just like suicide because we don't have Uber. May as well do something. Now they have
Ends in 60 seconds.
this is their last push before it's going to be pushed overtime on the point, or they're not going to get the cap at all. So Trisk went heavy pyro and now back to soldiers. So they're kind of debating over what to do. It looks like frag at spawn looks good for them, and they killed the dispenser, so Trickster just rebuilding his gun on ramp, and syops hasn't popped their Uber yet, so this might be their best push yet. They have killed the gun without using Uber yet, and actually gotten all the way to point, so now they just need to have a good exchange, and they can take this. Good exchange! No! No, don't drop the soldiers! No!
Yeah, again, they sort of lost that soldier fight on roof before the Ubers even got exchanged. I don't know if that was the soldier being a little bit too quick to get on roof, or the combo was a little bit too slow to create a distraction by Ubering in.
Yeah, I think they were just too slow to force the fight. Like, they did a good job by, killing things, but the Uber has to lead things, because the Uber doesn't take entry damage. Everybody else has to deal with that crap, so... I don't know. Just not good enough execution. I mean, mainly, if they had kept their medic alive on, like, 1 or 2 more of those pushes, they could have taken it on streaming, but then they just never did. So syops kind of subscribing a bit too much to the fact, like, a push is a push and you must win now, versus, a push is an attempt, and if your medic lives, you can make another attempt. I mean, it's the same thing on push maps. When you're pushing last, do you run your medic onto point and, like, try to cap it when you don't pop the Uber right away? No, you run out of last. You go like, oh, we have a crap Uber, I better live.
Well, it's not even the case where you need to sort of force, get a pick or two and then wait for your Uber again. You just need to keep your medic alive long enough for your spawns to come up, which only takes 10 seconds. That's not even a 2-part crit push. That's just waiting for a quick spawn.
Yeah, it looks like we might have a fight at A, since syops needs to delay it a little bit to avoid the stack. They've already got enough done with the frag onto Mile High, but now we're going to have an Uber exchange. Actually, looking pretty decent for syops. I mean, they're 1 up in this fight already, so maybe this will work in their favor, but still, they have to do a full B hold. I mean, they're going to lose A eventually, and not this time, apparently. I mean, they're going to clean the Vector up like mad. Notice, in onto the combo. Pistol on the meta gets him. Nice job. And the demo, too. So, actually, Vector wiping onto that A push. I still wouldn't feel too bad as Vector, considering their great defense time. I mean, now they just go cap A.
Right. Even if, it's A is going to fall eventually, that's a nice morale boost for syops, knowing that they can win those 66 fights, which they're going to need to do several times over in order to get this full B defense.
Especially if Ninja Nick doesn't make the same mistakes that syops suffered from and stays alive between pushes. It's going to be really difficult for syops to hold this, but I mean, we saw some, it's 1-1. We've seen some even exchanges before. Maybe just, I really think Vector's going to win, but maybe there's a chance for syops. And now Vector just building Uber over at C. Is there anybody still in spawn? Wait, are they moving? They're moving. Guess it's going to be connector push then. Unless they want to try to do the medic jump when they're already at 90%, but I doubt it. So connector push from Vector.
Yeah, pretty good play showing themselves at C, drawing the combo to the cliff, and now they should be able to get good position out of connector.
Yeah, Trisk is on roof though, so he'll see pretty quickly, and now he sees them. And the gun forces
they're gonna need Uber for that gun.
And he picks up the gun, so they don't even get that. And an Uber that doesn't drop Blueberry Villain for a change. Sorry, but whatever. So good defense from syops.
But Ninja Nick is moving towards that rock. If they can, syops can get some good damage on them, they can go clean this up.
Yeah, although it looks like syops' health is actually ending up worse here, and the demo kind of getting caught alone. And actually, that doesn't matter. He kills Schwann, so maybe a good enough defense. But syops Ooh, that sticky did like 300 damage. I was gonna say something completely different about this push, but then like Vector just all got owned. Now Trickster onto the medic. Medic only 20 life. Can the NG save him? Oh, Scout! Oh god! So exciting. And
Yeah.
Cherish lives. Ninja Nick lives as well. But he's still at rock. He didn't get like pressured. They should have just ran into
No,
him.
I felt like that red demoman being there alone should have sort of been the end of that push.
Control point is being captured.
Yeah, I mean,
But he ended up DMing that soldier.
I don't think Sobs should have fought like the way they did. I think they should have just all stayed at long and spammed the crap out of rock. I mean, you have health packs there. It's your spam advantage. So, you know, be it what may. But we have another Uber exchange here, so the fallout from this is going to determine how this round goes. Vector looking pretty good because they got time on point and they have better health. But let's see if another clutch play from Syops. Got Mossy here looking to make something happen. Throwing sticks out onto point. I mean, sentry's down. All it is just this DM fight that's going to determine whether or not Stabs can try to keep holding, or whether it's over right here. And actually, lots of frags, and Ninja Nick finally going down here, so a break for Stabs at last. They managed to pull through on the DM fight, but they still need to do like 5 of those if they want to win this round. So, yeah, Vector, given how they played so far, I mean, I expect we're just going to see a suicide right here. Trisk is on heavy, so if he gets spun up, that might be enough to reflect it without needing to pop, but this is a really tense situation as a medic. Like, dropping here means you lose the match. Popping here means maybe you lose the match. So, yeah, not the favorite position.
Ninja Nick commit, so
Ooh.
this could just
Yeah, this could backfire.
set
Like,
them back.
they could just Uber, or they could just kill Ninja Nick without needing to Uber. Although a couple frags go down to Syops, they just need to like use this Uber in a way that kills a few more people, and then they're gonna be okay. Dougie G up on roof, Mile High up on roof, and there's that heavy just doing a lot of work. So yeah, I don't know why Ninja Nick committed. Like, I mean, he came out of short. He was relatively safe, but the enemy team had full Ubers, so I would have rather seen them suicide and have the medic stay in spawn.
And I sincerely hope all the people watching this cast, they're going to go into their GP matches and they say, guys, when we're attacking B and they have Uber advantage on us, we're not going to commit our medic.
Yeah, that's the one lesson to take from this. So we have a pause, and I guess my instructional bit in the meantime is the huge status monitor breaks when there's a pause. It's going to be off for the next minute and a half after we unpause, so, you know, just click around, I guess. But I wonder who dropped. If it's a medic, that could be a big deal, because they could have been at Uber when, whatchamacallit.
Right, in 90 seconds.
I guess I'll just talk to stream while we're doing it.
Yeah, that's always unfortunate when you drop a key player. You know, we can insert our tasteless speech about the vehicle of esports.
Oh man.
But TF2 is a lot more unforgiving in that regard compared to something like StarCraft, where usually you can get a quick pause in StarCraft and nothing too bad will have happened to you if something malfunctions.
Yeah.
Whereas dropping a medic with Uber up can just end your game.
They need to resume your previous connection to server function. Actually, okay, big suicide from Vector. And did the medic not commit? He didn't commit, and they killed the enemy medic. Yeah! Yeah! So the pause comes later. Watch it be like Ninja Nick that drops, like during this push right before he
It may
pops.
have been Mile High because it seemed like during that suicide, he was the first soldier in and he was kind of not moving.
Well, the pause is like still a minute before it happens though, so it's something that happens in the future to us on the Source TV. So, but now, anyways, we have the full
Yeah, it's
Uber
Mile High,
advantage.
he's not responding.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mile High did disconnect, and Vector is pushing anyways. So I don't. Maybe he like crashed and couldn't talk to Mumble and they didn't notice. And actually that might make a difference because, I mean, they killed the medic again, but now they're all dying, and I have to, blame this on the fact that Mile High is not in this at all. So they actually
Yes, definitely, if he was there, that was an easy wipe of the defending team.
Yeah, and they haven't noticed. Like, they played for quite a while. Like, we're gonna see some chat in the thingamabob when we notice that he's gone. But like, they've played here for like 30 seconds plus, including that push that should have been their win, without noticing that their roamer is gone. So, ouch.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
And now, like, this is actually getting tense because they have 2 pushes left.
Need a teleporter here.
Yeah, didn't even realize we didn't have Mile. Oh shit.
Apparently he hasn't been able to communicate this entire game, so they weren't aware that he wasn't there because there was no difference in communication.
Well, I mean, it could have been something like me, like I blue screen or whatever sometimes, and I'm just gone from Mumble, so it's possible, like, he's just gone, and then they pushed, and not everybody said something anyways. That's bad. So we have another suicide attempt. They're going to try to open it up for the, or maybe that wasn't a suicide attempt, they're really close. Okay, it's
No,
Taurus.
that was a push, but they dropped their pocket to a sticky trap.
So they turn it into a suicide, yeah.
Yes,
And
it
they
was a good decision to turn to a suicide. They did manage to force the Uber, so we'll see if they can finally have their Uber advantage push with 6 people, and give them a fair chance to convert on it.
Yeah, and so this is well, the entire match comes down to this one push. Uber advantage for Vector, heavy in position for syops, and only 30 seconds left, so they have to get on this point pretty quick. Looks like it's going to be big push from long coming for Vector. They need to have a good Uber here. So what's going to happen? Trickster over at spawn, so they pop out. That's, okay. They just need to get on the combo quick enough, but the combo's way back at cliff, so it's all Trickster managed to take with the medic with help from Becky G, and that huge damage on Trisk. Looking good for Vector here. RB from Syops trying to make something happen, manages to get 1 frag. It's just Blueberry Villain back up, and now it's all in this overtime. If Syops can spawn and come in and stop this point in time, which is going to be like flipping hard because they're just spawning now and there's times 6 on it, Syops could still win this match, but Vector
It's looking
way stronger. They got.
I would still like to see them up on the doors. I mean, they have overtime.
Yeah,
It's key for them to sort of prevent the Syops from getting in there and flooding.
Yeah, Schwann moved up to Cliff actually, and then came back to clean up the soldier, and that's going to decide it. So, it could have gone either way, but I feel good about the fact that Vector won that because they should have won that before, and due to a crash they didn't, so they managed to pull it off on the last push they have. So this match is actually coming down to the wire, although kind of a different wire than what you normally see on gpit. We get it like
Yes, not
on B instead of C. So it's like both teams, I don't want to say they got better at defending because that doesn't really happen, but they got worse at attacking somehow over the. No,
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Well, we can rest easy in the fact that our viewers are not going to commit these same mistakes, right, guys?
Right?
You guys are going to tell your team?
You're not going to commit your medic when you don't have Uber against an Uber out of long. You're going to suicide instead of doing that, right? Right? Hope so.
4, 3, 2.
You're going to find the gunner before you push in.
Yes, unfortunately, we sort of have to keep harping on that one bit of strategy instead of being able to talk about more things.
Yeah, but I mean, you call what you see, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast. Let me see if there, I think this is the last match for the night, but if there's something else, then I'll cast it as well. Let me just look at the schedule. That was it. Okay, there's nothing else.
We're done.
So thanks for watching. Where's my mouse? There we go. So I will mark up this VOD later with stuff like what time each match goes live at. So if you missed any of it for your viewing pleasure, you can check it out later, or you can check out any of my other VODs, which I have up here with times, and I have them on my YouTube as well. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all next time.